Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a try on and a bit of a review of the Levi's Ribcage jeans. So these are a style of jeans I've been lusting after for a few months now. They're relatively new to Levi's. They're a couple of years old, but they're one of their newer styles. And in case you're not familiar with the Ribcage, they're a super high rise, about a 12-inch rise, and a straight leg as well. Now, if you compare them to the 501s, which is a very classic Levi's style, I do own a few of these, you'll find that they're definitely higher rise by at least an inch or so. They fit fairly similarly through the hip and thigh, fairly form-fitting, but then they taper out quite a bit more than the 501s. So they are both straight leg jeans, but the Ribcage definitely are looser around the calf and ankle than the 501s. The Ribcage come in two leg lengths. They come in a 27 and a 29. Now I'm 5'5" and I wanted a full length jean as opposed to a crop jean. So I've ordered all of these pairs in a 29 leg. The 27 leg would probably work on me as well, but it would definitely be a cropped look, and I'm not going for that this time, I'm going for a full length jean. The Levi's Ribcage retail for about £95 in the UK. There are a few pairs that are 100 or 110. I'm not sure why, I think it's the material used. But the general price for most of them is £95. You can find them on places like the Levi's website and in Levi's stores, but also on ASOS, on Zalando, and a few other retailers as well. So it is worth looking out and comparing prices because a lot of these retailers do discounts, student discounts, and even Levi's themselves regularly have 20 to 30% off. So, you know, they're a more expensive jean, but you can often get quite a good deal on them if you shop around. Size-wise, I will leave my measurements down below, but I am 5'5". I'm about 140 pounds, so I'm a UK 10 to 12, definitely more of a 12 on the bottom. My waist is about 28 to 29 inches, so yeah, that's my rough kind of sizing. For jeans, I would usually go for a UK 12 or a waist 30, unless the brand does a waist 29, which is relatively rare, unless it's a denim brand like Levi's. In that case, I will usually go for the 29, but in a lot of Levi's, I actually end up going for the 28. So I do often size down in Levi's. With the Ribcage, I have ordered a few different sizes to compare because I've heard mixed reviews on how they fit. I'm excited to show you these jeans because it's definitely a style I've been looking for over the past few months as we see baggier and looser fitting jeans coming back into fashion. Longer jeans as well. I'm finding that the cropped length is being phased out and being replaced by longer, more full length jeans, which I do think are a little bit more flattering, more leg elongating, and just look a little bit more sophisticated in general. So the Levi's Ribcage definitely check all these boxes, which is why I was desperate to bite the bullet and order a few pairs to show you myself. So let's get into the jeans. The first pair I have to show you are these ones here. And these are the only pair that are 100% cotton. They're actually 71% cotton, 29% lyocell. No, 79% cotton, 21% lyocell, I think. The lyocell, it's like a sustainable material, but it behaves in the same way as cotton, which basically means they feel like a 100% cotton pair of jeans. They're not stretchy at all. They feel slightly thinner than the others that have elastane in them, but not in like a bad quality way, just a comparison. They have a button fly. These ones in particular have quite a lot of lining and fading on them. So they're like a vintage wash. They've got the fading on the knees, they're a mid blue, and they've got all of this lining at the hips. They have the traditional Levi's leather patch, and yeah, they're a high rise, as I said. So these ones I actually bought in Urban Outfitters. They were on sale. They were about £60, reduced from 95, and I managed to find them in a waist 29. Now, because they're 100% cotton, I did go for the 29 waist as opposed to the 28 because they have no stretch, and I do find that if they are 100% cotton, I need a slightly bigger size. So these ones fit okay. They're just about all right on the waist and the hips. They're actually very tight around the hips and then slightly loose on the waist. There is a fairly considerable waist gap, but then there is literally no room for movement in the hips. They're just about wearable. I could wear them if I wanted to keep them, and they're not too uncomfortable. I can sit down in them fairly easily, but they just don't fit as well as they would if they had elastane in them. I love the idea of 100% cotton jeans. I love that rigid denim look, but I think I'm coming to terms with the fact that I need that 1% elastane in order for things to fit my body where I've got a small waist and bigger hips. The length, being 29 inches, is perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. They're perfect to wear with trainers and flats. They're not too long that they drag on the floor. But equally, they are full length, and I can also wear them with a small heel. I absolutely love the length, and I like the idea of these, but the reason I won't be keeping these ones in particular is because of the wash. There's something that seems off about the wash to me. It's kind of like a Y2K vibe, but not in a good way. The fading on the knees, I just think it looks a bit weird, a little bit outdated, and also not super flattering either. So although these are a good pair of jeans, they're one of the better fitting 100% cotton jeans I've found. And I would say if you're maybe a little bit more straight up and down, have less curves, then these will probably fit you great. And I would stick true to size. I think that the waist is relatively true to size. But yeah, for someone like me who is just a little bit too curvy, I think I am better off with the elastane ones. So moving on to those, I have those in two different colours. So the first pair are a darker wash. They're kind of like a mid blue like the previous ones, but quite different to the previous ones. They're a much brighter blue, and they don't have any of the fading. These are my favourite colour in jeans. I absolutely love the wash of these. Now these are also a 29 leg, so they should fit exactly the same as the previous ones in terms of the length, which will be perfect. But these I got in two different waist sizes because I did see some quite mixed reviews on how they fit on the waist. Some people, I think most people were saying that they run small, so to size up 1 to 2 to even 3 sizes. A few people were saying that they run true to size, so I was thinking, well, I'll get the 28, I'll get the 29. I'm usually a 28 in Levi's with elastane, which these do, these have 1% elastane. If they run small, hopefully the 29 will probably fit. So you can see that the 28, I can do them up, I can get them on, I can move about in them. They're not terrible, but they're a little bit too tight. Now the 29 on the other hand fit perfectly. My only worry with these was, are they gonna fit perfectly when I initially try them on, and then after a few hours they've bagged out, they're too big on the waist, they're baggy on the knees, that kind of thing. So should I actually stick with the 28 that feel a little bit too tight but will stretch and mold to my body? So I did wear the 29 around the house for a few hours before I took the label off, and I actually found that they really didn't stretch out very much at all. They definitely got slightly more comfortable and molded to my body, but in a really good way. But even after a full day's wear, I still didn't feel like they were too loose. So I decided to keep the 29 over the 28. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. I would say that the darker washes run a little bit smaller than the lighter washes. And that if you're going to pick a size, if you're curvy, then I would say maybe size up 1 inch, or stick to your usual size, because a 29 is my usual size, but definitely don't go smaller in the darker washes. The final pair I have are exactly the same, but they're the lighter wash. So they're a really nice light wash. They're not acidy at all, they're not too light or too bleached, but just a nice summery light wash jean that you can wear. Looks really good with white, really good with brown sandals, that kind of thing. Again, they're a 29 leg. Now these I got in the 28 waist because I felt fairly confident that they would fit based on the reviews. People were saying that the lighter washes fit bigger than the darker washes, and I already own plenty of 28 waist Levi's and they do fit me. Especially with the 1% elastane in these, I was relatively confident that they'd be tight initially, but they'd stretch out a tiny bit and be perfect after a few hours, and that was exactly what I found. Exactly the same as the 3 other pairs in the sense that they have the button fly, the high rise, the leather patch, and they're a 29 leg. But these fit really, really well in the waist 28. They're snug, They don't stretch out too much, but they just mold to your body. And they just fit me perfectly. I absolutely love the look of both of these and the previous pair. I think they're a really fantastic addition to my wardrobe. I think they're chic and elegant, but kind of in keeping with the trend of slightly looser jeans, being that they're a little bit more flared at the bottom. I should say that both of these pairs I got on ASOS and they were full price. They were £95. I did get student discount on top of that, so that made them about 90. But you can often find them on Levi's on promotion. So hang about, be patient, and maybe you'll get them at quite a good discount. Overall, I would really recommend these, even if you are mid-size or curvy. Just be aware that depending on the material composition and the wash, they're gonna fit slightly differently. So the general consensus is if they're a darker wash and they're 99% cotton, 1% elastane, either stick to your true waist size or go up 1 inch. If they're a lighter wash, then stick to your true waist size or go down 1 inch. Other than that, they fit really well and they don't bag out after a few hours wear. I haven't washed them yet, but I imagine they'll wash really well. I've never had any problems with Levi's in the past. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you do have any questions for me regarding the jeans, or if you want an update in a couple of months once I've had them and washed them a few times, to see what I think of them still, then let me know. If they're a jean that you haven't tried yet and want to, let me know down below. Or if you've got another brand of jeans that you really love, I'd really be interested to know as well, because I'm always on the hunt for that perfect pair of straight leg, high-rise jeans. And I think, especially as someone who is more mid-size, who has a little bit of curves, carries a lot of her weight on her bottom half, it can be a real struggle to find something that fits well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you have, and I will see you in my next one.